Drawing. Let me tell you, it ain't exactly easy unless you've been practicing for a long time, like Picasso, Da Vinci, or Michelangelo, am I right? Wrong. Wrong. Your mindset is wrong. Drawing should not be hard. It should be a shared talent or skill amongst everyone who wishes to know how to do it. Oh, but believe me, I know. Time. I understand it could be a little hard to come by today, but drawing doesn't have to be complicated either. It doesn't have to take much of your time. It doesn't, really. No. It might seem complicated at first with stuff like shading or perspectives or even anatomy, but in reality, drawing is all about how you perceive the world and you putting it on paper.
Just remember, it's all about you.
Personally speaking, I think it's a very fun thing to do by yourself and with people. I mostly do it by myself. It can also be very relaxing and engaging after you begin to be proud of what you are doing. And I personally should know that I am a decent enough artist since I have taken up drawing since I was a very young boy. A very young boy in the 4th grade. That is pretty much all I did in the 4th grade was draw. What was I drawing, you might ask? I was drawing anime. Pokemon and Yokai Watch. And I have done many different styles of art, but I think that drawing is the best one due to the very limited materials you can have to create a masterpiece. And honestly, all you need is a pencil, a piece of paper, and your imagination. And with that, you can create anything. I think it could be a worthwhile investment of time to try to learn how to do such a robust skill, because not only could it be a very meditative practice to do, but it can also help you pay more attention in class. I guess for some people, for me it does. For me, it helps me pay attention more. Not only that, drawing could also make you a little bit of dough, if you are good enough, of course, because you can't suck. And the way you could sell these pieces of art that you are most likely going to create during your time with me, you could sell them on like campus. You could sell them on campus. I believe people would be interested in that. You can even sell them on online works as well, or even on the streets of Central. I believe people will stop. Maybe. No, probably not. I don't know. But just know that you can probably sell them anywhere as long as people are interested. And today I'm going to teach you how to draw an angled landscape scenery with a duck, because why not? By the way, my name is Isaiah Anaya, and let's get started. Alright, so first things first, make sure you have an item that is defined as an instrument for writing or drawing consisting of a thin stick of graphite or a similar substance enclosed in a long thin piece of wood or fixed in a metal or plastic case. So, in other words, a pencil. Next, make sure you have your handy-dandy other item defined as material manufactured in thin sheets from the pulp of wood or other fibrous materials used for writing, drawing, or printing on, or as wrapping material. I'm not sure what this is called, but I think it's called paper, but I don't know. Who knows? I'm a dumb. And then after that, make sure you have a flat and clean surface to draw on. Lastly, make sure you have a calm and quiet place to draw. Or not, I mean, I don't know, maybe you like the loud environment of a highway or subway. You weirdo. You got the materials, and you got your atmosphere. Let's start sketching. Now we have to have a good reference to start on. References are pictures of something that you want to draw or you want to use as inspiration for your own little masterpiece. Over time, if you are very good at a specific thing like hands, eyes, or mouths, you don't have to always use references, but usually for character designs or landscapes, it's always good to have them on standby. So today, we're going to use this little landscape that I found on the internet. It's pretty, huh? And of course, you are welcome to use your own and not follow my instructions that I'm strictly giving you. You little rebel. Similarly to families, buildings, and makeup, we have to have a strong and durable foundation for our work. A foundation is very easy, and you are free to do mistakes. Your lines just need to look like they're shaping into something. Usually, people call these contour lines. I just call them guidelines or rough sketches. But basically, what I want you to do is get the overall shape of an object that you want to draw in your reference. But for those of you who are actually following what I'm doing, we're going to draw this little hill or background. Again, you are free to do as many mistakes, but just make sure that the shape is there of what you want it to look like. All right, so here's the tree. All you need, again, you're free to do as many mistakes as you want. And again, I just want you to get the overall shape. This is what this is. That's basically the overall shape. Nothing, no like extra branches or anything, and of course the background or the hill. So for now, this is what we have. Let's get on to the next step, yeah. All right, next we're going to do something called perspective. This is when you sketch something that looks as if it's small or big, but in reality it's either um, far or close. Um, so take for instance this tree here in the reference photo. It looks small, but it's actually just really, really far away, like my ex-girlfriend. And then look at this tree right here. It looks like it's the size of God compared to the ones in the back, but again, that's not true. The person that took the photo was just pretty close to the tree. Like how I want to be with to my ex-girlfriend. Alright, so going back to step 2, roughly sketch the closer trees and farther trees in the back. And then we have here is just a very small tree, and the whole reason why it is small is because it's a little farther away, like I said. Alright, so following from the next step, we have to detail. A lot of artists like doing this since they can do whatever they want to the piece now. So what we're going to do here is just make branches. It is not going to be complicated like the reference, but there is going to be a lot of protruding parts. What we're going to do is make a big branch to start off from, and then make smaller branches from that big branch. We're just going to kind of connect the smaller branch to the little branch. And then after that, we connect more branches from that other smaller branch and just keep on going from there, just a rinse and repeat. And we do the same thing for the other tree as well. Oh, and by the way, I do not want to overwhelm you with like a lot of steps. So for now, I just want you to draw just the trees, the sky, and the ground. All right? Alright, so what I did here was just you see how I just made like like a starting branch, which is just like a big branch, and then I just kind of protruded it off that and just made a smaller branch and then a smaller branch and then a smaller branch on top of those. It's very simple, very easy to do. That's why I like doing trees. Trees are very easy to do. They can get a little complicated sometimes, but not a ton. Usually, if you want an even more detailed tree, you just keep doing that over and over and over again. Alright, so next step we're going to do is outline, the bane of every artist's existence. The reason why it is because it can be very, very tricky to be successful while doing it. This is when making mistakes is extremely scary and almost detrimental to the entire piece. Alright, so what we need you to do is to just press down a little harder on your pencil, and that will make the tree look a lot more apparent instead of being scribbly, like how we've been. Alright, so it's me again, and yeah, all you really need to do is just harden the lines a lot more, and that way it'll make it pop out a little bit more. Make instead of all like being it all chicken scratchy, I believe they call it. And you could take your time with this. There's no rush at all, so just know that. The reason why artists do this, chicken scratchy lines at first, is usually because like they don't want to make mistakes. So yeah, always make sure to be confident with your guidelines before going on to outlining. Alright, lastly, what we're going to need to do is to begin shading. All we need to do is to follow this thing right here. This is what we call a shading diagram. So notice how the light is coming from this direction, so that means we need to shade in this direction. So now we follow that rule and begin shading the trees in the ground. Lastly, sign your name on the bottom of the piece when you're done shading. So following that shading rule I said, the sun is coming from in front of the trees. So that naturally makes the trees, from where we're looking at it, completely black almost. So make sure to just draw it pretty black. Or if you want, you can just do it like that. Like how I'm doing it. Here are some other details, just making the shadows. It's not very hard. You just need to know where the sun is coming from, so since it's coming from in front, we just draw the shadows like that. Same with the ground. The ground isn't very different. Sorry if this video wasn't exactly to your liking, but I am not exactly amazing at landscapes, but I tried my best, given the feedback that I was given in my audience survey. Hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for watching.